Hello and welcome to today's webinar. I'm your host, Blake Rockwell, here with Rockton Software, and today we're going to be talking about the feature face-off between Omni Price and Rockton Pricing Management. Now, most of you who are tuning in today are likely Omni Price users, and I want to take time to say thank you. We appreciate you for using Omni Price and being a Rockton customer. Now, Omni Price is a very powerful pricing tool, but it was built for another time, whereas today, pricing management just isn't as simple as it used to be. And that's why we created the big brother to Omni Price, which is Rockton Pricing Management. And we'll just talk about a little bit how we can elevate and maybe meet some more challenges you might be experiencing inside of GP, or if you are moving ERPs, any ERP you move to, because the great thing with RPM is it's not limited to just GP. So let's go ahead and hop in. We'll try to keep this one brief and just keep it high level. And if you have more questions about the transition, the journey, the implementation, features, just feel free to reach out, sales@rocktonsoftware.com, or give us a call. I'm happy to answer those questions. So today we're going to be covering Omni Price versus RPM, or Rockton Pricing Management. We'll cover pricing features, flexibility, diagnostics, and everything else there is to see. So why the comparison, of course? The main one is that Omni Price was built for a different time, while Rockton Pricing Management is built for what's next, and it's also compatible with any ERP. From a core pricing feature standout, here is what we have on Omni Price's side and Rockton Pricing Management. So on the GP side of things, Omni Price is built directly inside of GP, so it's limited to only GP, whereas RPM is platform agnostic, so it can work for any ERP or accounting system. We already have connectors built for GP, Business Central, CRM, Acumatica. We're working on getting some built for Sage and F&O, and many other ERPs can just connect to our system. It's very easy to talk to. We have an open source API. It's really great. As far as the pricing engine aspect of things, with Omni Price, it's contract based. And so you create your schedules or your contracts, and they work great, right? For simple stuff. Now, if you want to enhance that logic and go to the next level, rather than just doing contracts, we can actually do schedule and calculation based pricing. And so we're able to have multiple scenarios, really as many scenarios as you want, as many calculations as you want based on any piece of data. And then, of course, as far as prioritization, with Omni Price, we can do simple ranking of contracts, whereas with RPM, it's multi-level logic. We can go by rank, method, date, really anything could drive the priority. And then, of course, date logic. With Omni Price, there's basic start and end dates, but with RPM, we have overlapping, time-sensitive, multi-tier date logic capabilities. So from a core pricing feature overview, it's a much more capable product. Filters and flexibility. So Omni Price is great. It shines much above what GP offers out of the box. So your basic customer and item filters, no problem. Now, if you want to go beyond that, RPM can really take it to the next level. We can filter by customer and item, but also by document, location, unit of measure, currency, or any other readable data that you store inside of your ERP system. We can use all of that to drive pricing. Calculations and adjustments. With Omni Price, we can do basic rules like fixed price, list minus, those sort of things, It's great for most people's needs. Now, to take that to the next level with RPM, we can do all of that and more. We have unlimited stackable calculations, so you can do as many markups, discounts, or any other combination as you like. We allow for SQL logic, so you can even write your own calculations. We allow tiered and margin pricing, and we also give you the ability to track any price adjustment to any general ledger account, which gives you general ledger tracking. Gives you great insight to how your sales are performing. It can give you accounting information for how much you owe in rebates or commissions, or calculating your tariffs, all that sort of stuff. because we can take any calculation and track it to a general ledger. From a diagnostics perspective, RPM really shines. Omni Price has pretty limited pricing transparency. It works great, but just from an insight perspective, there's not a lot of internal view other than just going and looking at the contracts. With RPM, there's a full diagnostic log and price preview tool. So the diagnostic log appears right there at order entry and also inside of the system. And so you can work through the logic. You can see, hey, how did RPM come up with this price? And why did this math apply and why did this not? And we'll tell you exactly why. This allows you to quickly understand and troubleshoot pricing decisions, see why a price applied, and if something was wrong, you could also quickly figure out where it went wrong. From a reporting and usability standpoint, Omni Price has some limited Excel editing, but there's no visual aids. It's just built in GP. It does what it does. It's just meant to be a pricing tool, and so yeah, it doesn't have a lot of reporting. Now, RPM on the other hand has much more capability, and of course, on the reporting and usability side, we give you pricing trees. We give you price books, so you're able to manage those contracts or whatever else you might want to have stored in your system. We allow you to export catalogs, so you can quickly create price catalogs and provide those to your customers. We allow test scenarios, so you don't have to fill up your ERP with lots of sample orders, quotes, or invoices. You can just go ahead and use the test scenarios right built in our tool to go ahead and test what prices should be in certain scenarios, given the date, given the customer, given the item, what would the price be with your setup. Setup in general is easier, there's richer insights, and you just overall have much more control over your pricing. Now, from an integration and scalability standpoint, Omni Price cannot scale. It's built right inside of GP, so it's only in GP. It is not going to ever leave GP because we've already pulled it out of GP and reworked it and made it much better, and that's with Rockton Pricing Management. So Rockton Pricing Management works across GP, Business Central, CRM, Acumatica, and we're also expanding to other platforms. So you can actually future-proof your pricing platform by going with Rockton Pricing Management. Because even if you're on GP today and you're thinking of switching to another ERP, or you're going to stay on GP, or maybe down the road you switch, RPM is going to be there. So you don't ever have to find a new way to manage your pricing. So when you build up this pricing logic, we're going to be able to follow you no matter what system you decide to use for your accounting. In summary, Omni Price is very great. It's a phenomenal tool and people have a great time with it today. It's familiar, but of course it's limited in comparison to what we've built for the next generation. Rockton Pricing Management is powerful, scalable, and capable. It's ready for what's next. So if you're ready to upgrade your pricing game, RPM is the way to do it. So what's next? You can check out our Omni Price versus RPM comparison grid. It will outline all the differences from core functionality to just the overall features you'll be included or would not be included with each product. Reach out to me and I'll schedule a personalized feature walkthrough. Tell me exactly what your pain points are, your challenges, what you're looking to do. I'd be happy to show you how RPM can achieve those things. And of course, you can watch our demo videos. We've got a great library online with lots of content out there to check out. We have knowledge-based articles, or you can just reach out and connect with our team and get some one-on-one time where we can answer your questions. So thank you. That's all I have for you today. I really appreciate you taking 10 or so minutes out of your day to learn a little bit about the journey from Rockton Pricing Management to Omni Price to Rockton Pricing Management. If you have anyone that you know of who might be ready for this journey, if you yourself are ready for this journey, just please reach out to us at sales@roctonsoftware.com. All right, that's all I got for you. Thanks for joining us and have a great rest of your day.